Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today, well, we're gonna be getting our grind on. So I hope you guys are ready. So guys, I just wanted to mention before we start today's video that if you are a Patreon of any tier, you can download this world. It is going to be posted down in the description below. It's going to be linked to the Patreon post. And I recommend checking it out. And if you do happen to build anything or build upon this world, be sure to let me know on the Discord. You can @ me over on the Discord and post your pictures that you would like to share with me that are related to this, to expanding on this world. That'd be awesome. So in order for us to do a bit more in regards to tech, right? For us to expand this a bit more, I really need to go mining. So today we're going to hop down into the mines, but we're going to be mining at much higher Y levels. So I really feel like 10 is something I'm missing out on. And I think if I search 10 ore, we can find potentially what, where it actually spawns. There's so many different versions of 10 ore. Because I know some things show you what level they spawn in. Maybe not in this case, but I'm almost predicting that it's going to be at these higher Y levels. Somewhere in the like 45 area. So like right here is actually perfect. So I think the Y level 45s are probably gonna be the best. And you know, mining out is, yeah, super easy now. Like, look at this. I mean, it's so fun, actually. It's really satisfying. I don't know. This is salt ore. I don't know if I've encountered much of that. But yeah, this right here, it's super fun and satisfying to go ahead and actually mine through here. Look how satisfying that is. Oh yeah, and this is definitely going to be where it's at. So hopefully I can find a bit more tin. That's seeming to be like a big part of the tech mods that are in here. But along with everything else, like there's all the other items as well. We're gonna need all the other modded ore. I'm gonna need a bit more of it. I thought I had enough, but apparently not. Hey, look, a mob spawner room. There's a spider spawner in here. Look at that. See, the more you find when you explore. Is there anything I don't already have in here? Ooh, we got a crown. I don't know if I already have a crown. And then a ring of luck. I don't know if I have that, actually. And I definitely have a pink module. I'll take that electric circuit that helps us Tech Reborn. Like I said, I have a bunch of those. And a lot of them come from just these spawners like this. I'm going to go ahead and make sure this gets all covered up so we don't have any more spawning. But I'm going to leave it there. Doesn't really bother me, just leaving it there. But yeah, right here, look at this. All of this different like modded ore I really need to take advantage of grabbing. And man, I really love having this light ring. That makes life so much easier. No need to just constantly make torches and place torches all over the place. Just use those. So just in case you want to know this information, I really feel like tin ore is very thick around the Y level 30 mark. So I'm finding a bunch of it right around that Y level 30, especially here in these veins. Also finding a lot of galena ore in that, but I found that everywhere. But it does seem like tin is pretty common in this general like area. I'm also finding it a little higher though as well. So it's probably anywhere between like 45-ish. But I would have to look in the configs to see exactly. But I'm just kind of giving it a good estimate here, just based on where I've found it so far. So just to add to the chaos of today's episode, I've decided to come back into the nether, go back to the fortress because I need a few more blaze rods. I thought I had enough for a little while, which I knew I was going to need to come back eventually. But yeah, I have a plan for something kind of cool that I want to set up and something that's going to make my life a little bit easier. And to do that, I need just a few blaze rods because we're going to be getting a little entangled here in a little bit. So yeah, get ready for that. Ooh, here's the spawner. This is what I'm looking for. So here we go. I want to make these entangled chests. Now, I want to take the entangled chests and also make entangled bags. Now, I'm going to need 2 entangled bags and 2 entangled chests. What my plan is to put an entangled chest on top of the furnace and an entangled chest down here. Now, I will have to maintain coal. That is something that I will do. I'll just be able to throw some coal in here. I do believe there's probably still some coal Yes, filled in there. But eventually I could make an entangled bag for that, but I really only want to take up 2 inventory slots, right? And we can rename these bags, hopefully, and put one like smeltery input and smeltery output. That would be a great little tool. So we can just, on the fly, instead of flying over here and doing that, we could just put it in the bag, and the next thing you know, bam, it's being popped out into the other bag. So let's go ahead and get this and try out this new like Ender Chest mod, which I'm kind of, well, I mean, it's from the Kaib mod, which we've used a lot, but I'm kind of interested to see how exactly this works. I don't know. It looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. So for this mod, instead of just using normal dye, you actually need to make these runes to be able to change the color that corresponds to the lock, to kind of make sure that this Ender Chest is what it is. So to do that, we need to make some white runes, and I'm not gonna go too complicated with this. I might dye at least like one side, but we are gonna need like, I might as well just make a stack, I guess, of these, since we're gonna be doing this quite a bit. So let's go ahead and make just a few, and I'll split this up. And I think for the input, I don't know, we can make the input blue. That should probably work. Input blue, make some blue runes, and then we'll do the output orange. Why not? And then we'll make some orange. There we go. Okay, so we have blue runes, we have orange runes, and we have our entangled chests. Now we need to make these entangled chests just replace these chests. So we just need to take these out. I think I have my axe just stored in here, right? Yes. I keep my axe hidden. I know you guys are like, what? You have an axe now? Yes, I do. I do have an axe. I have been trying to get better with it. All right, a little bit better. Look at these chests though. These are some sexy looking chests. I'm not gonna lie. All right, and to color them, you just right click on these little areas. So blue is gonna be your input. Orange is going to be your output. Just like that. And so these should be 2 separate inventories. If I put a bucket in here, I shouldn't find it in this one. So there we go. Now, how to link these? Do we just right click on here? Okay, yes, we do. So this is our orange bag, and this will be our blue bag. And there we go. So we have our input and output. So we just need to rename these bags so that way they support that. So let's see. Smelt input. So there's input and smelt output. There we go. So I think that's going to work out really well. So anytime we need something cooked up, let's go ahead and test that out, for example. Like tin. Like I know I was going to need tin, so I'll just take it out of my inventory and I'll throw it in here. And then we should end up, hopefully in this bag, getting... Hopefully the hopper is able to put things in. Is that right? Oh, there's a chest in here. There we go. And there we go. We're getting tin. So our input bag and our output bag seems to be working just as I hoped. And this makes this a lot easier so we can stay a bit more mobile and get more things done. So by the way, some of the best food that you can get in the game, and this goes for any game mode, this definitely hardcore if you're playing hardcore, or like a hardcore mode where you really need, you're really gonna need to have the regeneration aspect. Well, the best thing to do is to get your farmer fully upgraded, because what they'll end up trading you is golden carrots for emeralds, and that becomes one of the best food sources in the game. Like, no joke, my daily run, every time I load this pack up, I collect all the stuff from my farms. I go over here, I take a look at my villagers, I trade all of the items I can trade, that includes iron, and technically I could have more of these guys, because we have an unlimited supply of iron. I just started the iron farm back up, but honestly, like, I probably should have it shut off. I shut the other one off because actually it's been shut off for a long time. But yeah, we can trade for several iron. I can get, or several emeralds. I can get close to 2 to 3 stacks of emeralds just between these villagers with all the resources that I have. Now that I have a new farm and all that's working really well, these guys are actually the ones that trade the best stuff. With the melons and the carrots, we can get so many emeralds, and it just, yeah, I just used up a single stack, and this thing of golden carrots is going to last us a long time. And it's the best food, in my opinion, in the game. It beats steak, it beats everything. Golden carrots are the cheapest and best food you can get in base vanilla Minecraft, and it's so easy to obtain with the way villagers work now. It's so nice. I really want to get started with the blast furnace and working my way to that, because that's a big part of Tech Reborn that I know of. And it's going to help us get things like steel and stuff that we're going to need to further our industry into the Tech Reborn mod. I need to go ahead and make this though. These are iron furnaces, and that's going to allow us to make a iron alloy furnace. And this alloy furnace, I believe this one just runs off of regular coal and is a lot slower. But eventually we will be able to upgrade ourself and get ourselves going a little bit better. But a regular furnace here is going to hopefully help us get some bronze. We need tin and copper in order to do this. So copper, go ahead and take a bit of that, and some tin. Now it's as you've seen, 3 to 1, 3 copper. So we do need a bunch of copper. Doesn't really matter, I don't think, which direction it goes. But as you can see right here, we have ourselves some coal, and it's going to produce some bronze. Bronze is going to be very important as we are moving into the Bronze Age. Yes, that's what's needed in order to make an industrial grinder. Now we can use a normal grinder, but nickel is something that I haven't really found, I don't think. I have a couple of nickel pieces, but I've only found this nickel underground in like storages and stuff, in dungeon loot. But this right here is actually found elsewhere. So if we take a look, the grinder itself, or the industrial grinder, requires these diamond wheels, which is going to require steel, which we haven't really got to yet. So there's a lot of different steps that we're going to need to take. But like I said, we'll get there. So I do want to see if a regular grinder will end up giving us anything. Usually crushing up iron ore will grant you some nickel. So take some iron, for example. We have a bunch of iron ore, and let's grind it up. I don't see an external set here, so I don't think that this is going to work. So I think the only one that will give us that will definitely be the industrial grinder, and it's going to take a little bit to get there. The diamonds, I'm not worried about. The only thing that I think is going to be difficult to get, let's see, iron plates, is the steel. I don't know if there's a better way to get steel, and we should be able to crush diamonds. Yeah, it looks like we have to get into a little bit of Astromine before we can do this. That seems kind of counterintuitive. I think Tech Reborn, maybe it's just not showing up. Let's take a diamond, for example. And let's try and crush a diamond inside here, because this should definitely work. So coal, we'll throw the coal in here, and this should grind it up. Yeah, it's just not showing that it can. So in order for us to get the steel for that grinder, it is going to take a little bit of preparation for that. Right here we have a grinder. Now I do want to see if the Industrial Revolution mod has a better grinder that is a bit faster, because it does seem like the Tech Reborn stuff is a little bit slower. Just like the coal generator produces a bit more energy, I think, than the coal generator from Tech Reborn. So this mod is a bit more expensive to get into, at least tin-wise and for plates, but it might have a faster grinder, so I should probably check that out. This right here is the pulverizer. This is from the Industrial Revolution mod that I was talking about, and like I said, I want to see if this works. Now, I have gotten a bit from this. Now, I don't know if yeah, it should break, but I remember like before it was called Tech Reborn, it's IC2, is what this mod was. And if you would break a machine without a pick, it would destroy the machine and just give you like the machine casing. It was a config or a chance. You'd have to use a wrench. So I'm kind of happy that you can just break the block. Hopefully there isn't still a chance, but yeah, that was a thing. Now, this seems to be a bit faster already. And we just, and this is the base tier, because we can actually take this up, I guess, in tier. I don't know what makes it go up in tier, but yeah, look at there. We were able to get that a bit faster, and it does seem like the temperature, once this temperature goes up, which is actually really reminiscent to an old IC2 mod, because I'm pretty sure like the IC2 mod had a like a redstone thing. You used to be able to put redstone on it and it would lock the temperature or the efficiency up. I don't know, it's just some old stuff that I remember from like way back in the day when it come to these old tech mods. To make this steel dust, well, we need iron dust and coal dust, and that's pretty simple. However, we are going to need just a little bit more because I need enough to be able to, I think, make 4. So I don't have quite enough, or actually I need 3, right? Because I'm making this industrial grinder and we need 4 a piece. So yeah, I need still, I think 2 more pieces, but I'm currently working on it. I've already made the industrial electrolyzer. It's pretty simple. It's just a extractor, 2 extractors. The grinder we already have, and an advanced machine frame. Actually, we found all these things inside loot chests, so I don't even need to make those because these are actually pretty like painful to make. They just require a lot of stuff. Carbon plates take just so much time to make. It's just a constant like grind. Like literally, you have to grind a lot of coal. I keep forgetting how powerful this setup is because I can grind down any of the ore into dust and then throw the dust in here and we get 4 times the output. That's no joke because I just put the small amount of steel that I had in there and there we go. That's pretty powerful. I must say that's pretty powerful. There we go. Industrial grinder. And this is what's going to hopefully help us get some nickel because I am a little ways away from having a good supply of nickel. It's going to be definitely necessary. And you know what? I'm actually going to take this grinder and we're going to just move up some cable. I think I have 1 piece left. I need to make some more. But this will help me get that industrial grinder on here and get some power into it because, well, actually, no, this is a regular grinder. Here's the industrial. But yeah, as you can see, it requires a multi-block, and I think what we're going to end up doing is stretching some cable over because we need a little bit of a multi-block area. And I think these corner pieces might be a good spot for that. So as you can see right here, this has actually gotten really good since I've last seen this mod. It now shows you the exact blocks that you need to place, but as you can see, there is a block layer that is down below it. And you can actually see that instead of having a water like icon or a water source, it's got a water bucket there, which is really nice. It means place water in that center spot. It also shows you the types of blocks you're going to need for this industrial grinder. And this is where things are going to get a little bit more complicated. So Tech Reborn has this like multi-block thing that you can use, and it's like there's standard machine casings, which are these colored ones. And then in the middle, you can see it requires, I believe, advanced machine casings. Now, these are going to require steel to make, but you get 4, and we do have advanced machine frames to make these. But you can also use these standard machine casings to make them, which is really nice. This is the, like, it just makes 1, so it's going to require a bit more steel. This is probably not the best way to go. I do have some advanced machine frames available, so I'm probably going to use this method, but we only need 9 of them for this build, and everything else should be pretty simple. And then once we get this, we'll be able to get ourselves some nickel. Now, powering it, that's going to be another story, as we probably are going to need to use multiple generators to get this up and running. So go ahead and get this multi-block started. Let's go ahead and lay out the foundation. And this is going to be the main part right here. Next, we'll be surrounded with the advanced ones, which all I'm waiting for right now is just the steel plates to finish compressing. And then we should be able to go ahead and make the advanced machine casing. And then I just kind of lay some water in there and place the machine back and give it some power. And we are going to have this grinder up and running. And just like this, we'll get this filled in, place our water bucket right there, fill the rest of this in with machine casing. And then right here in the middle should be where our industrial grinder goes. Bam. And now when we open this up, we can now see the internal inventory. Now, we can't really use it yet because it does need a specific type of fluid that we're going to have to work towards getting, and we'll eventually get it. And that fluid is going to allow us then to utilize this machine. So to get the water in, I might actually try to use this drain here, and it's supposed to take water that is above it and kind of put it into things. Since I haven't really found any good like pipe, this will probably be a good option. So let me go ahead and try this out. So I'm going to grab a pipe real quick, or grab up some buckets. I'm going to grab some water, and then we're going to move on to this over here. So let me go ahead and grab this. Actually, I can't really get to the water there, can I? You know what? I know where some water's at. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and place the drain directly on top. And this is where the water actually needs to be. So to do this, I was thinking about placing some glass like right here and wrapping this glass around like that. And then, oh, that's right. That can be waterlogged, can it? Placing water here and water here. That can be waterlogged too, can it? Let's actually replace this block with something that can't be waterlogged. How about cobble, for example? So we'll replace it with some cobble. There we go. And then we'll go grab some more water and we'll fill that in and see if that actually works. There we go. And yeah, it seems to be doing a thing. It just pulled out some water here. Did it put it in here? No, it didn't. Does it need anything special? That's something I just don't know. It did pull out, but it didn't. Yeah, I just really don't think that the water mechanics and stuff are fully set up. Let's see. Change the fluids to pull in. There we go. Now it's working. Perfect. Okay. So now that's filling up. And all we got to do now is get some cable over to this to get a little bit of power to it. There we go. It's all set up. Look at this. And we're also getting some nickel and everything else. Look at that. So the iron is being able to do its thing. So this right here is a drain. I'm just basically pulling this out, and I had to set this right here to configure fluids and just set pull in to on, and it's working fine. And then I have the cables just underneath, and yeah, all I got to do is of course give it more coal to get more things back. But we can take these small piles of nickel, which I think that's literally the only way to get nickel. And we need to figure out what to do with these small piles. Hopefully I can do something with them. Oh, okay. So is it 4? Yes. 4 of them make nickel dust. And of course that is going to equate to quite a bit more than 4 as we get to smelting that, because that's going to double. And yeah, there we go. So we have quite a bit of nickel now that is going to get us jump started into the future for this stuff. So just a little bit of tech right here, just a little bit of tech getting started. And this is only going to lead to a blast furnace, which is really nice. Now, steel. What all can I do with steel? Like, I can make steel tools and armor. I can make steel armor. Is steel going to be better than netherite? Let's see, 7 on the chest piece, and then 0.6 on toughness. 7, no, it's not better, but it does make for some other useful stuff, and it's used in a lot of mods. That is very true. Very, very true. Right here, so it's used for that, which we've already made that grinder. It's used for jetpacks, which we don't really need the jetpacks, but they are in here. Some swords, but yeah, it's also going to be used for progression later on, getting into bigger and better things. So yeah, and we haven't even touched Astromine. So as always, I want to give a huge shout out to one of my newer Patreons. Thank you so much for your tremendous support. I do appreciate it. Venom Games, thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. All of my Patrons mean a lot to me. I really do appreciate you guys, and especially you guys that do go above and beyond. It really does mean a lot to my family and I, as it really does help. It really does help, and it makes a difference. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, of course, and ring that beautiful notification bell. And we're on episode 20. So that means, of course, you can download this world if you are a Patreon. So find that down in the description below. Anyways, guys, we are getting pretty close to the end of this pack. I know a lot of people are probably like, oh, this might be concluding soon. Keep that in mind. There is a mod pack I am currently waiting for that hopefully will be released soon. And once it is released, then we'll try and wrap this up. We'll try and find a good stopping point and then move on to that one. I am super excited to do that though. But until then, we're going to keep pumping out this tech stuff because I'm kind of getting back into this, and I really need to, since the next pack is going to have a bit more of a progression style to it and questing. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll definitely see you guys in the next episode, or at least I better. And as always, thanks for watching.